Them golden brown hash browns. Check them out. Oh yeah. Here we go. These are fatties. Check these fatties out. What's up, guys? It's bacon, egg, and cheese hash brown sandwiches time. Let's go. Nailed that one. Second one. After getting this right, damn. All right, so. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff people don't think about. They're just like, just started already. Why is he redoing it? Not you, but like people who don't realize I'm making videos. So, we got the ketchup gun. Yeah. Ketchup gun. Activate. Syrup gun. I mean, check that out. Check that out right there. Boom. Hell yeah. You guys want that? You want that? Cheers. You know what's funny? What's funny? I was looking at something from last Thanksgiving. Last Thanksgiving, I was in the New York Post, and they used this picture where my hair is a disaster, and I'm just holding this turkey leg, dripping gravy. I just look like a complete psychopath. I was thinking about, I'm like, whenever anybody posts something of me, like, they use the most psychopathic looking picture ever. I don't know. But I see it sometimes. I look at the camera when I'm holding my sandwiches to the camera. I look crazy because I'm trying to see if my sandwich is focused, and possibly reading comments too. So if I'm going like this, like, I can look a little bit crazy. My Thanksgiving video is coming tomorrow, meaning today. Meaning one day before Thanksgiving. The most epic Thanksgiving meal I've done to date in my life. On Thanksgiving, it's going to be a regular meal. The reason is, if I do a Thanksgiving video, by the time I send the video in, it's edited, I get it back and post it, nobody cares about Thanksgiving anymore. That's why. So, I always have to do Thanksgiving early. I always got to do something for Christmas early. Morning, Claire. I gotta do stuff early, so it is what it is. No. Nobody will care later. In like a week, if I posted a Thanksgiving meal, people will be like, so what? Where's your Christmas stuff, bro? So, I gotta do it beforehand. And my beforehand is always check that. Oh my God. Check that fatty out. Check that fatty out. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Mm. If it drips, yeah. Oh, I gotta get if it drips. Oh. Luckily I got some syrup on the side for that. If it drips. Any advice, Robbie? Don't force it. Wait till you're ready. Otherwise, you don't have to. That's my advice. Is it healthy? Hell no. You can't imagine. Gina on Instagram says she can't imagine eating 3 meals a day. The queen is back at it. No, it's funny. Like, at this point in my life, if I had unlimited calories, after doing it this way, no longer getting hungry, enjoying the food, all this. If I had unlimited calories and they said you could eat 3 meals a day, there's no way I would. I would do the same thing I do now. 1 meal a day, sometimes 2. I see no reason to be obsessed with eating all day. But when I was doing it, oh yeah, I was obsessed with eating all day. I was so obsessed. Check that out. If it drips. Claire's from the UK, where people say, cheerio. I'm going to sleep right after. I'm a fan of red meat, but I don't eat it that often. Well, well, when Jenny and I do burgers, we have done some veggie burgers, but most of the time our burgers are red meat. If I go to a steakhouse, or I don't like to cook steak. Thank you, Claire. Not that I screwed up that time. I don't like to cook steak. I've had the privilege of tasting some of the best steaks at like 5-star restaurants. So, if I cook steak, I'm going to be disappointed. There's one steak I did cook which was really good, and that was the tomahawk ribeye from Nicholas Marcus. What's up, Ed? That steak was beautiful, but even then, I know if the right chef had that steak, they would have done it better than I did. Or at least I like to believe. Like if somebody who seasons and cooks steak for a living cooks my steak, I think it would be better. At least, yes, Didi, I toasted the bread in the oven. I'm at least like honest about that. So many guys think they could cook the best steak. Like, every guy thinks he's good in bed, he could bench a lot, and he cooks the best steak, and he could win in a fight. Those are the 4 things every guy thinks. Good in bed, can bench a lot, cook the best steak, and can win in a fight. It never fails. And if I can't do something, I'll just tell you guys. You cook steak all the time, you're not that good at it? You're decent, Ed. You're definitely at least decent. At least decent. Like, I weigh 200 pounds. That tomahawk steak I'm talking about that I cooked myself, first of all, I was drunk. That's first of all. And I almost want to blame alcohol on me accidentally cooking it right. Like, I can show you a couple steaks on my Instagram, which are like, oh my God. This thing looks like heaven. It was like heaven. The tomahawk was beautiful. When I got it, I was like, I'll take that one. And he's wrapping it up and he's looking at me. And he's like, you look so happy right now. Like, the butcher was so happy about how happy I looked when he handed me the steak in a wrapper. I was like, you have no idea. Like, it was aged, well, that was not really aged, but the best steak I've ever had was aged 35 days dry rub. Made by a chef with like, from France with one of those accents. His name was probably something like Pasquale. That was the best. So, somebody wants to know how I fast so long without getting hungry. That's the whole reason you do intermittent fasting. To not get hungry, like people like you. And it's not directed at you. It's just people who are asking that question are hungry all the time. And people who are doing intermittent fasting right just don't get hungry anymore. You just do it, you adjust to it, your body adjusts to it. Yes. The 8-pound sushi burrito. that may have been the happiest food purchase I've ever made. And that may have been the happiest cook I've ever seen also. Like, he was so amped up making it. And I was so amped up watching it. We were just two friggin', this guy Ben. We were just two amped up dudes. And like, he's like, never done it before. But he's like, I could do it. Barely spoke English, but I translated enough to make him get that. Look, I can tell people if you do this right, you will no longer get hungry. And they just don't hear it. They'll be like, so when do you get hungry? Around when you eat? I'm like, no, you don't get hungry. But what time? You don't get hungry. And then, why do you eat? Well, you need to eat to stay alive. You know you need to eat and what you need to eat. And you just enjoy it. But they still won't hear, like, whatever I just said, they won't process it. Be like, man, I couldn't do that. I'd be hungry all the time. It's so funny. This crunch is great, Didi. It's so funny. When all the reasons why people say they can't do this are all the reasons why they should be doing it. You know, granted, a lot of things are counterintuitive. Like, how does that make sense? You don't get hungry. But they think it would slow down your metabolism. Opposite. The more frequently you eat, the slower your metabolism would be. Somebody wants me to admit something. I just saw Blake, you gotta admit. I gotta read it. Lower carb with OMAD, you'd be extremely ripped. You are a stupid fuck, sir. Take out all the enjoyable foods. First of all, there's much more to life than being ripped. You're shirtless in your picture. You probably can't get laid at all. You probably just show your body on the internet, which is cool. Nobody cares. Second of all, if I want to get ripped, I just freaking cut carbs for a day. I cut carbs for a day, and I'm just freaking lean. 2 days even better. Like, I'm so sick of the Granted, I'm a shirtless dude on the internet too. No, there isn't that. But look, I got friggin' 6 sandwiches in me. I'm wearing a friggin' holster. I don't show my most flattering angles. Like, if I reach out like this, I look super small. If you saw me next to that kid, he'd probably look like a toothpick next to me. Like, I don't care about the angles and stuff. I'm just having a good time. But and nobody cares. Nobody friggin' cares. The thing is that it's those people who care, and they have no fucking life. You need to get a life, man. There's more to life than getting ripped. Getting ripped is great. Make some friends. Go out dancing. Have some fun. Get laid. Like, enjoy some food and alcohol. Oh. It's so funny, like, what's also super funny is eating carbs is better? Fuck yeah, Steve. Fuck yeah, Steve. And it's so funny how guys think girls care. I used to think that too. Look, if I'm making fun of him, I used to fall for that shit too. No girl is gonna give a shit that you're fucking ripped. It's cool, but if that's your mentality, then some fat guy's just gonna take your chick, man. There's only one way to lose gains. Not eat enough. If you're eating once a day and you're eating enough, it's impossible to lose gains. If you're eating once a day at a moderate surplus, it's impossible to not make gains. Eating carbs is so much better. There's always some guy who's like too much of a sissy to eat carbs. And like, come on, man. I know you don't go out drinking because you're also too much of a sissy to drink alcohol. But if you go out drinking and you go eat some carbs afterwards, you might accidentally enjoy life. Like, you don't have to live life out of Tupperware and die on the internet. Where nobody cared anyway. Literally nobody cares. I have 350,000 Instagram followers, whatever. 30K on YouTube. If I died, people would be devastated for like a week and totally forget about me. Totally forget about me. As far as the internet goes. I mean, the Blake diet people, obviously, you wouldn't, but everybody else would just completely forget. So, why not friggin' enjoy yourself, man? You're here on this earth. Time is going by. People are out there having fun. People out having fun. You're scared to eat carbs or drink or dance or ride a bike. Thank you for helping Michelle, Ed. I appreciate it. I don't know what your question is. No, Jenny would take over. Jenny would take over. I know you would, Justin. I'm just saying, if you weren't a member, the Jenny diet. I'm just saying, if you weren't a member of the Blake diet and didn't need me when you get stuck or like for anything ever, or didn't need recipes or whatever, all the stuff I do. If you were outside on the internet who just watched my videos every day, and I died, you guys would all forget. Everybody would forget. No. Think about, like, Prince. I'm not Prince, but think about how quick that went. Think about how many celebrities pass away and like a month later, it's like they never existed. And still, I'd be leaving a legacy of videos behind. I would be leaving a legacy of videos behind. But even so, I'd much rather not live my whole life on the internet and go have some human interaction for a few hours a week. I eat too much but have a fit body. This is a diet. This is a diet. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's so funny that, like, carbs cause a little bit of water weight. All carbs cause a little bit of water weight fluctuation. And you have grown men. You have grown men who are scared to eat carbs because they're scared of looking a little bit bloated. For people who don't give a shit. We have a country scared of cereal. We have a country scared of frigging cereal. Where people in this country, I know all the stuff that people are scared of, because when I'm enjoying it, that's when people get upset. And cereal is the number one hate videos I get whenever I eat cereal. People lose their shit. So fucking unhealthy. All sugar. All processed. You're gonna die. You look like shit. And I'm just sitting there enjoying my cereal. They did a great job processing it. And it's so funny because all the people who are doing diets that are so restrictive, and they're not eating the foods they enjoy because they're truly scared. They're truly scared to eat the foods they enjoy. Number one, they're already not living, because if you're looking at stuff every day that you can't have, that's right in front of you on the shelf, you're not living. And the second thing is they're all gonna fucking die too. He's like, you have to admit, if you cut carbs, you would live to 200 years old. What the fuck? I'm gonna die too. Appreciate it, Amy. You're gonna die not having enjoyed carbs. Not having enjoyed carbs, to not get bloated, to have a body that looks good yet nobody cares about. Well, I could be bloated as shit in the middle of the park shirtless. Nobody cares. People think like everybody's like watching them. Bakery, Danielle. I'll inbox you. Of course, chips and salsa, girl. Nobody's really watching you. You can stand out there and think everybody around is paying attention to you. People have kids, people have phones, people have a million other things going on. They might not even notice you at all. And salami, that's right. Chip, salsa, and salami, girl. These sandwiches are filling as hell. Look, I'm not saying don't get a good body, build a better physique for you. Of course you should. I'm just saying, being scared of holding a little water weight to enjoy some friggin' godlike bread? Godlike bread? Give me the water, man. Give me all the water. As fast as best I can. Bread is delicious. Danielle, drop a comment, drop a post in the Blake Diet group and introduce yourself. So I see it later. No, Amelia said people don't even watch the road while driving. It's so true. And you have all these guys walking around. There's all these guys walking around. Oh, I'm trying to flex it. The guy who's like always flexing when he walks around for no reason. Yeah, I think it is that way. That way, guys. It is that way. Like, dude, I just asked you fucking where the bathroom was, man. You could have just said to the left or the right. The guy who's always flexing in every picture. You guys ever look at pictures and you look at pictures and you can see that there's a group of people and some of those people are loose. They're just enjoying it, flowing, having a good time. And some of those people are like, what? I'm criticizing other people's nutrition? Are you saying I'm criticizing your nutrition, Flex Zone? The guy who comes in my stream every night but's too pussy to eat carbs? Comes in my stream every fucking night. Bitching and moaning. No, Donovan, you don't understand. For like months on end, He's scared to fucking eat food. And his name is Flex Zone. Fucking loser. Your name's fucking Flex Zone. Get a fucking life. Seriously. Should I change my name to Flex Blake? Yo, Flex Blake. Go stick some bread in your vagina, Flex Zone. Seriously. Appreciate it, Alex. Why do you come in for months on end and just fucking complain? You know why? You want to do this. You want to do this. You want to see if I'm going to maintain my physique, get big. He went MIA, yeah. If he ever came after me, I wouldn't have to fight. I could just hold bread up and he would run away. Look, guys, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not saying you have to eat this food. I'm not saying you have to eat bread. I'm not saying you have to eat anything you don't want to eat. All I'm saying is, if you want to eat it, if it's food that you enjoy and you want it, there are ways to fit it into your diet. That's what I'm saying. Rather than coming into my stream just being miserable and talking trash, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you anywhere. Like, I don't have a problem. If you want to be vegan, vegetarian, keto, paleo, primal, friggin', if you just want to drink juice because you like juice, you do you. If it makes you happy. But the problem is the amount of people here who are miserable. The amount of people here who are miserable with their diets, every day struggling to trick themselves into believing that, coming up with different excuses why they should stay away from these foods. It's just amazing how, like, the biggest, baddest dudes are scared of bread. You give bread to, like, you give bread to a 3-year-old girl. She will just enjoy the bread. 3-year-old little girl, you give her bread. She just knows it's good and she likes it. You give bread to a friggin' 25-year-old, 250-pound steroid pumping bodybuilder, and he just cowers in fear. Like, are you kidding me? No, it won't ruin it, Loa. But you can ease in a little bit slowly. Why do I dress like I'm about to make a porno? Well, I've been eating shirtless for years. I've been eating shirtless for about close to 10 years. Close to 10 years at this point. 11 years? Roughly 11 years I've been eating shirtless. For a social media thing. Then I joined social media. I was already shirtless. My first eating video ever, I was already shirtless. I wasn't like any of the guys who copied me and then decided to take their shirt off after copying me. No, I was just shirtless. My first eating video. So, and then a fan recommended the bow tie. A fan recommended the bow tie, and I got one, and I would put it on for special occasion meals. And every time I wasn't wearing a bow tie, I'd be, come on, bow tie, this is a bow tie meal, this is a bow tie meal. So I'm like, let me get some more bow ties. So I got a few more, and I got a few more, and I got a few more, and I got a few more. And then the holster, I mean, if you had 2 giant condiment guns and you were in a place who had something that fit them perfectly, this is not meant for these, and these are meant for condiments. Loa, you are fine. You know why? Yes, Thanksgiving. You're gonna make it up anyway, probably. Just be, you're fine. So then I got a bunch of these, and then I got this, and it's all an evolution of things. It's all an evolution of things. My first eating video was in 2014 when Instagram was only 15 seconds. And it was so blurry and so bad, but so good. Was that when I was fat? No. I started doing eating videos. This is what I started doing. Like, I lost the weight. I got shredded. My friends on Facebook were sick of me because also besides the food stuff, I've been posting food pictures since I joined Facebook. I literally, for 10 years I've been posting food pictures on Facebook. I stopped like 5 years ago. But anyway, 10 years ago I was posting food pictures, and I had the first album, because Facebook held 2,000 photos at the time. I filled up the first album with 2,000 photos. I filled up another album with 2,000 photos. And I was on the 500 album. But in between the 2 albums with 2,000 photos and the 500 album, I call it 500, I have the lost footage, which was another 2,000 photos. And the Lost Footage Volume 2. So about 2, 4, 6, so I was about 8,000 photos into Facebook, right? And as I was doing this, as I lost the weight, as my meals were getting bigger, I'm like, Facebook people were just hating me. All my Facebook friends hated me. And to be honest with you, because of that, well, that's one of the many reasons. Because of that, I still don't post to Facebook. I don't post anything to Facebook. The Blake Diet group, but that's it. I was like, I had to block you, I had to hide your feed, whatever. So, it was basically like this. It was like, alright, if my friends don't want to see my food pictures, I'll take my business elsewhere and go to Instagram. Exactly what happened. So, I joined Instagram, started sharing, and my meals were massive. My meals were massive, as you know. I was doing 2 meals a day then, but the way I set up my 2 meals a day, they were huge. And the one was like always a huge dessert and super creative. So some people didn't believe I was eating all the food. Because at the time, intermittent fasting was not popular. What's up, AJ? It was not popular like it is now. Nobody knew what it was. You're talking 2014. You're talking over 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago. And people aren't believing that I'm eating it. So, I made one video, which was the blurriest, shittiest video ever. You could barely tell what's going on. You could tell, but it was like so bad. No editing skills, no great app, friggin'. Don't. Made the video, ice cream sandwiches. Ice cream sandwiches went down. You just see me putting it all together. You see me finish it, chug some milk, and that's it. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Then I tried, when I was doing 1 meal a day later, not too long after that, I tried to make eating videos and get them down to 15 seconds. Between the quality of the video, the quality of the editing apps, it just wasn't there. It would just be like, whoosh, food's gone. Whoosh. Like it's just a blur, it's gone. And now you can kind of in 15 seconds, yeah, you can. Hold on. I had something that go down the wrong pipe. So when videos became a minute, literally, so when Instagram videos became a minute long, it was literally like 2 days into those minute videos where I'm like, it's eating video time. It's eating video time. And as much as I resisted when Instagram was making minute-long videos, and I'm like, that's so freaking stupid. It should only be 15 seconds. A minute's way too long. It was like 2 days into it. I'm like, I'm going to make some eating videos. I'm like, I could finally friggin' do it. And that's what I did. And blah, 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 blah. And I mean, obviously the story goes much longer than that, but that's how it all started. Me eating shirtless. My Facebook friends hating me. Me leaving Facebook for Instagram. Me sharing what I did on Instagram where people seem to actually be interested. And now I'm here. So, you would pay to eat with me? Best restaurant in Seattle? You never know. It could be in Seattle at some point, but it's not my plan. Anyhow, that's how the story began. My Thanksgiving post is actually coming out today. I tried to post it to Instagram this morning for an hour and a half. It didn't work at all. My post would not publish. I had to give up and get back to work. But anyhow, that's it for me. Thank you guys for jumping in the stream. Thank you guys for jumping in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for the positivity. Thank you guys for the negativity. And if you hate your diet, you can fix it. You don't have to be miserable. I'm just telling you guys. So, anyway, you guys